I've always loved tools. They allow me to make, create and solve problems in the workshop. Some might say that I have too many, but I like having them on hand. Some I use all the time, others might go years without using them, but when that task arrives, I know I have that tool and I like that. I have a particular passion for old tools. A lot of the time I feel they work better, they're made better, and they just look better. I have many old hand tools, but over the years I've restored quite a lot of woodworking machinery as well. Table saws, drills, planers, and one massive bandsaw. One type of old tool though that I've never had is a power tool. That's all about to change though with something I have ordered online. In the past I bought tools from car boot sales, Facebook Marketplace and eBay. But this has come from Vinted. My first ever tool from there, but when I saw it, I had to have it. It's a Black & Decker router, all boxed, and it said that it's never been used. How could I resist something that could be as old as I am? But it's definitely in better condition. I wish I'd fared this well. The packaging design on this is absolutely fantastic. And it states it's made in England. I can't think of any power tools that are actually made in England these days. I believe them when they say it's not been used because there's no plug on it, and I'm old enough to remember when electronics came unwired and you had to put a plug on yourself. Back when I was growing up, Black & Decker were a huge name on the power tool market, before DeWalt was even a thing. I remember my dad having a drill in these distinctive orange and teal colours, and when I was a teenager my first ever power tool was actually a Black & Decker electric screwdriver. Not really a tool you get anymore. So the first thing I think we better do is actually plug it in and see if it works. Okay, moment of truth. Fantastic, it seems to work fine. So what else comes with it? There's a whole bag of accessories. It's got a guide rail for doing parallel cuts. It's got a circle cutting guide, a curved guide, straight guide, template guide. So you actually get quite a lot of accessories, probably more than you get with most routers these days. The instructions are pretty impressive on this. Actually good diagrams of how to use a router. Like you can actually learn how to use the tool from this. And it comes with a guarantee card. I don't think I'll fill this in and return it to Maidenhead in Berkshire. So the router itself is fitted into this base, and it looks like the motor unit is removable, but I'm going to keep it in the base, which is plungeable. It looks like it locks by just twisting these knobs, and then you can plunge up and down. The depth stop system on this is a little stiff after 40 years in storage, but it works really well and it's very simple. You just push in this blue knob and then you can move it up and down to the desired height. Then you can twist it to micro adjust it. Actually surprisingly simple. The collet on this takes 1/4 inch router bits, which is great because I have quite a collection of router bits and they're all 1/4 inch. Now when I come to fit a cutter, I see the first thing that maybe is not as advanced as modern routers. There's no spindle lock. You get a little bar that you have to drop into place to lock the spindle. There probably is a few routers, but still there's 2-spanner method available. But a few recent ones I've had, have all had spindle locks. Right, got a cutter in, so we should give it a go. I bet over the years this bar got lost by a lot of people and screwdrivers were used. I've got a round over bit in the router and a scrap of pine to test it on. That did a really good job. For the last few years, I've been using a little 12-volt router, and I wouldn't have done the full cut in one pass. I'd have lowered the cutter and done multiple passes. With this though, I did it all in one pass. Maybe not the best way of doing it, but it tested the power and it did a great job. I know there's only a bit of pine, but it's definitely a more powerful machine. There's a few other things I really like about it as well. The power switch is a clever design. When you switch it on, this little bit sticks out the top. I didn't really think about it at first, but it's a great little emergency stop. Instead of having to faff around with finding the button, you just hit the top. You could hit it with anything. I could hit it with my chin if I wanted to. Be able to turn off a tool. How many tools these days are as easy to turn on and off as that? It's a really good idea. It seems to have a lot of good features that modern routers don't have. The depth stop's good, the switch is good, but it is lacking a few things. It doesn't have a speed control on it. For a small little router like this that I'm just going to add roundovers and things, that's fine. It has no provision for dust collection. But to be fair, a lot of routers don't, and the ones that do are pretty rubbish anyway. So I normally just sweep up after myself. So am I now a convert to vintage power tools? Well, I think a router is a particularly good example. The technology doesn't seem to have moved on much, unless you want battery power, cordless, which on a router I'm not sure I care hugely about. On a drill, absolutely. But corded routers are still very much a thing. Maybe not so much with other tools, but I think this is great and there's not much else I'd actually want it to have. So you're probably all wondering what I paid for this. It was on for 20 quid. I didn't even make an offer, I just snapped it up for that. But looking around, I think you can find them even cheaper used on eBay. I think it's a great little tool. I'm tempted to find another one and put this one back in the box. Keep it, it's too good to use almost, but it seems a shame for a tool. So yeah, maybe I will look at some other vintage power tools. So thanks for watching everyone. If you've got any older power tools that you love, let me know what they are so I can check them out. Thanks to my patrons, and please subscribe for more videos.